कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्नाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौड़तिष्ये नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंध जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कंत राधा कंत नमस्तते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। From today we will be discussing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 13. Chapter is entitled The Lord's Dancing at Rath Yatra. We'll read out text number 8. বলিষ্ঠ দৈতাগণ জনমত্ত হাতি জগন্নাথ বিজয় করায় করি হাতা হাতি। বলিষ্ঠ দৈতাগণ জনমত্ত হাতি জগন্নাথ বিজয় করায় করি হাতা হাতি। বলিষ্ঠ দৈতাগণ জনমত্ত হাতি জগন্নাথ বিজয় করায় করি হাতা হাতি। Vaishnavis, interesting verse. বলিষ্ঠ দৈতাগণ, very strong daitas or carriers of Jagannath, yena as if matto hati, drunken elephants, Jagannath of Lord Jagannath, Vijaya departure, Karaya cause, Kari performing, Hata hati hand to hand, Hata hati. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: the very strongly built Daitas, Daitas means carriers of Jagannath deity, were as powerful as drunken elephants. They manually carried Lord Jagannath from the throne to the car. Purport: The word Daita refers to one who has received the mercy of the Lord. Lord Jagannath has a number of stalwart servants known as Daitas. These servants do not come from very high caste families, Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, or Vaishyas. But because they are engaged in the service of the Lord, they have been elevated to a respected position. Thus, they are known as Daitas. These servants of Lord Jagannath take care of the Lord from the day of the Snan Yatra up to the time of Lord is carried from the throne to the Rathakar. In the Kshetra Mahatma, these Daitas are said to be come from Savaras, a caste that keeps and sells pigs. However, among the Daitas, there are also many who come from Brahmana caste. Those Daitas coming from Brahmana families are called Daitapatis or leaders of the Daitas. The Daitapatis offer food such as sweetmeats to Lord Jagannath during the Anavasar, the resting period after Snan Yatra. They also make early morning offering of sweetmeats daily. It is said that during the Anavasar, Lord Jagannath suffers from fever and that the Daitapatis offer him an infusion of drugs represented by fruit juice. It is said that in the beginning, Lord Jagannath was worshipped by the Savaras and was known as the deity Nilamadava. Later, when the deity was established in the temple, the Lord became known as Jagannath. Because the deities were taken from the Savaras, all the Savara devotees were elevated to the position of Daitas. Hare Krishna. Mukam karati vachalam pangul langhaite giring jatkripa tamaham bande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. So we'll go through verse by verse because each verse is very, very important and gives the insight of Ratha Yatra festival. We should know how Ratha Yatra is performed and how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed Ratha Yatra with his devotees and how he danced in front of the Lord and how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu interacted with Lord Jagannath. All these details are there in this chapter. So I don't know how far we can complete, but we should do it nicely. So here Ratha Yatra begins with the festival which is known as Pahandi Vijay, Pandu Vijay. Who is doing that? Daitas, Daitapatis. They are performing these services. Lord Jagannath is coming from the Ratna Singhashan, the golden throne, and coming to the chariot. Yatra means movement of the Lord. And we also discussed how in Dwarka, Krishna was in ecstasy and he fainted, unconscious. And Narad Muni was describing the glories of Radharani and the Vrindavan. Then Krishna woke up and was mad to go to Vrindavan. And because he was intoxicated, here Daitas are also intoxicated. They are like intoxicated elephants, and Jagannath is also intoxicated. They are doing together, right? Here it is mentioned, Bolishta Doitagan Jana Motto Hati. So this is the festival of intoxicated people. But not mundane intoxication, spiritual intoxication. And when you are intoxicated, you cannot walk properly. And Jagannath is not able to go to the chariot by his own. Many Daitas are doing this service. That is also explained very much in details in this chapter. So let's see what happens. কতক দয়িতা করে স্কন্ধ আলম্বন, কতক দয়িতা ধরে শ্রীপদ্ম চরণ. While carrying the deity of Lord Jagannath, some of the Daitas took hold of the shoulders of the Lord and some caught his lotus feet. Pujari should be very focused how Jagannath is carried to the chariot. Okay? So some were carrying the Lord holding the shoulder, very friendly. And some caught his lotus feet. Those who are in Sakhya Bhav, shoulder, and those who are in Dasya Bhav, lotus feet. Okay? They are holding. কোটি তটে বদ্ধ দৃঢ় স্থূলপট্ট ডরি দুই দিকে দয়িতাগণ উঠাই তাহা ধরি. Because Lord Jagannath deity is very heavy and very big, huge, much bigger than this deity, huge deity. The Lord Jagannath deity was bound at the waist by a strong thick rope made of silk, because for the security arrangements, because Lord should not slip or fall on the ground. That's why the waist of the Lord is bound by strong thick rope made of silk, high quality. When you do worship of the Lord, it should be top class, not some people give money to the hundi. Which money? Which is not coins, which is not working for his own purpose. Give it to the Lord. That is the mood people have. But we should give the best thing to the Lord. Many years back, one gentleman came to my office to see me in Mayapur, and he said, I have two sons. One son is doing BTech, very happy I am with him. But second son is not so good in studies. I am thinking that son to be given to you. Those who are useless should join ashram. That is the idea of people. They ask also, kuch hua nahi kya zindagi mein? After studying so much, why you join the ashram? People are very, what I can say, inquisitive attitude towards this decision, right? So here, Lord is bound by rope. Rope is very strong, thick, but is high quality, made of silk. উচ্চ দৃঢ় তুলি সব পাতি স্থানে স্থানে এক তুলি হইতে তরায় আর তুলিতে আনে. Strong puffed up cotton pads, like big pillows, tuli, big pillow, were spread out from the throne to the car. So there are many pads like that on the way from the throne to the chariot. Deity of Lord Jagannath was carried from one pillow-like pad to the next by the Daitas. Because so heavy, they cannot carry for long. So they carry and put on the pad. Then from there, another pad. Then another pad. That is the movement. And what happens? প্রভু পতাকাতে তুলি হয় খণ্ড খণ্ড তুলা সব উড়ি যায় শব্দ হয় প্রচণ্ড. Because tuli is made of cotton and Lord Jagannath is very heavy. So while the Daitas carried the heavy Jagannath deity from one pad to the next, some of the pads broke. And the cotton contents floated into the air. And when they broke, they made a heavy cracking sound. Festival means sound. Without sound, no festival. And if there is no pushing, pulling, no festival. Right? Everything is peaceful. Then there is no flavor of festival. বিশ্বম্ভর জগন্নাথে কে চালাইতে পারে, আপন ইচ্ছায় চলে করিতে বিহারে। Lord Jagannath is the maintainer of the whole universe. Who can carry him from one place to another? We should not think, oh, we are carrying Jagannath. We are not able to carry Jagannath. Jagannath is the Lord of the universe. How we can carry him? The Lord moves by his personal will just to perform his pastimes. Actually, Lord is moving. Okay. Now what Mahaprabhu is doing? মহাপ্রভু মণিমা মণিমা করে ধ্বনি, নানা বাদ্য কোলাহলে কিছুই না শুনি। While the Lord was transported from the throne to the car, tumultuous sounds were made on various musical instruments. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was chanting Monima Monima, but he could not be heard. So Mahaprabhu was pronouncing the word. You should know this. It's called Monima. Tell Monima. Monima Monima. Loudly. Monima Monima. When Ratha Yatra happens, you should do all this. Purport. The word Monima is used to address a respectable person in Odisha. When you address some respectable person, you address him as Monima. We say Mr. Mr. No? Sir. But in Odisha, they say Monima. Lord Jagannath was being respectfully addressed by Sri Chaitanya in this way. So you have to be very, very respectful to the Lord. We should not casually deal with the Lord, right? We have a casual nature. For the Lord also, we become very casual. Okay, chalta hai. Everything is going on. We should be very, very respectful. তবে প্রতাপ রুদ্র করে আপনে সেবন, সুবর্ণ মার্জনী লইয়া করে পথ সম্মার্জন। While the Lord was being carried from the throne to the car, King Prataprudra personally engaged in the Lord's service by cleansing the road with a broom that had a golden handle. Golden broom. Royal, no? Lord is the king of the universe. And king is also serving another king. So the king is serving the supreme king with the golden broom. চন্দন জলতে করে পথ নিষেচনে, তুচ্ছ সেবা করে বসি রাজসিংহাসনে। The king sprinkled the road with sandalwood scented water. That is also very important. During Ratha Yatra, you should purify the road by sprinkling sandalwood water. You do that? Don't do. I think you should go to Calcutta Ratha Yatra one year. You can understand how Ratha Yatra is performed. Okay? Although he was the owner of the royal throne, he engaged in menial service for the sake of Lord Jagannath. Now, উত্তম হইয়া রাজা করে তুচ্ছ সেবন, অতএব জগন্নাথের কৃপার ভাজন। Although the king was the most exalted, respectable person, still he accepted menial service for the Lord. He therefore became a suitable candidate for receiving the Lord's mercy. So Chaitanya Charitamrita is wonderfully explaining who becomes suitable candidate to receive the mercy of the Lord. Who renders menial services. All of you know Pratapdutta Maharaj wanted to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's a whole pastime. But Mahaprabhu refused to do that. And Pratapdutta Maharaj went through some process. And through that process, he received the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So one of them was to clean the road, doing menial service for Lord Jagannath. So unless we become humble and render humble menial services, we cannot receive the mercy of the Lord. Then what was the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu seeing King Prataparudra cleaning the road? মহাপ্রভু সুখ পাইল সে সেবা দেখিতে মহাপ্রভুর কৃপা হইল সে সেবা হইতে Upon seeing king engage in such menial service, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy. Simply by rendering this service, the king received the mercy of the Lord. He took so much headache to rule the kingdom, but no mercy. But he held the broom, cleansed the road, became the suitable candidate. Purport by Prabhupada. Unless one receives the mercy of the Lord, he cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead or engage in his devotional service. Athapite devo padambujadoyo prasado lesano grihat eva hi janati tattam bhagavan mohimno na channo eko opi chiram vichinnam. This is a very famous verse. A devotee who has received even a small fraction of the mercy of the Lord can understand him. Others may engage in theoretical speculation to understand the Lord, but they cannot know anything about him. Although Maharaj Prataparudra was very eager to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord refused to see him. But when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the king engaged in menial service for Lord Jagannath, he became very happy. Thus the king became eligible to receive Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. If a devotee accepts Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the universal Guru and Lord Jagannath as the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, he is benefited by the combined mercy of Krishna and Guru. That is stated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his instruction to Rupa Goswami. Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagavavan Jim Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. The seed of devotional service fructifies and becomes a transcendental creeper. Finally, it reaches the lotus feet of the Lord in spiritual sky. This seed is obtained by the mercy of the Lord and the Guru. By the Lord's mercy, one gets the association of a bona fide Guru, and by the mercy of the Guru, one gets a chance to render devotional service. Devotional service, the service of Bhakti Yoga, carries one from this material world to the spiritual world. সেই ঈশ্বর তত্ত্ব বুঝিবারে পারে ঈশ্বরের কৃপালেশ হয়েছে যাহারে. It is said, who can understand the Lord? Who has received the causeless mercy of the Lord. By our own endeavor, we cannot understand God. Brahma performed severe austerities for many, many years, many, many celestial years. And after that, he came to a realization. What was the realization? He realized that he can never realize God. That was his realization. But sometimes, by our enthusiastic devotional service, we think, I will know God. I am chanting 16 rounds without fail. I am attending Mangalarati, full morning program. Gorgeous, colorful morning program. It can be full of colors, but unless you have received the mercy of the Lord, you cannot understand the Supreme Personality of God. We can keep on chanting the holy name life after life, even millions of lifetime. Koti janma hari name nai premadhan. Even if you chant the holy name millions of lifetimes, you will not get love of Godhead. Then, how will get love of Godhead? That is the secret. That's why Shuddha Bhakti is Sudurlabha. One is Sulabh, then Durlabh, then Sudurlabh. Sulabh means easy. We have many things Sulabh in this world. In Mayapur, there is a Sulabh Bhojanalaya. Less money, good prasad. Then Durlabh, rare. Sudurlabh means very, very rare. And Rupa Goswami explains two reasons why Shuddha Bhakti is Sudurlabha. What are the reasons? Number one, Krishna doesn't want to give it. That's the first problem. Second problem, we cannot get it by our own endeavor. Second problem. Then question is, we cannot get it by our own labor and Krishna doesn't want to give it. Then how to get it? Is there any way to get it? So this giving of Shuddha Bhakti is not within the purview of the Lord. Because that has been delegated. This service of distribution of the mercy of the Lord has been delegated. Krishna Kripa is delegated by Krishna's pure devotees. Actually, Shuddha Bhakti is the property of the Shuddha Bhaktas. Krishna doesn't have Bhakti. How he can give Bhakti? He enjoys Bhakti. Right? That's why he is known as Ashraya Vigraha. Not Ashraya Vigraha, he is Vishaya Vigraha, who accepts devotional service. But devotees, they render devotional service. That's why it is said, Krishna se tomaro, Krishna dite paro, tomaro sakoti ache. Ami to kangal, Krishna Krishna boli dhai tabo pache pache. Who has bhakti, they can give bhakti, na? So glorification of Guru is like that. Krishna se tomaro. Krishna belongs to who? Guru. That's why he can give Krishna. We cannot get Krishna. Krishna cannot give himself. Who can give Krishna? The pure devotee, the spiritual masters. Amito Kangal. Kangal means no wealth. Poor. Very, very poor. Amito Kangal. And what I have to do? Krishna Krishna boli dhai tabo pache pache. We have to run behind the spiritual master, begging for the mercy. It's not external. We should not do that externally. It's a mood. Guru Maharaj, please give Krishna, please give Krishna. Dhai tabo pache pache, dhai tabo pache pache. So that is the external meaning. Real meaning is, we should be dependent. Spiritual life is a life of dependence and commitment. We have to put our 100% effort, but at the same time, not depending on our efforts. Very unique combination. Then people say, why then put efforts? Anyway, Krishna is giving by his mercy. Why you have to do? Then question may arise, who receives the mercy? Because Krishna is very intelligent, very, very intelligent. Because Krishna is equal to everyone, then if he gives mercy to someone and does not give it to somebody else, then Krishna will be stamped as partial. But Krishna is equal. That's why what he did? Delegated. To Madhyamadikari devotees, they distribute. Even Uttamadikari cannot distribute Krishna consciousness. Only Madhyamadikari devotees can distribute Krishna consciousness. So who can receive the mercy of the Lord? Rupa Goswami explains, those who are sincere. Sincerity. We have to become sincere. Then people may claim, I am sincere. I come to Mangalarati every day. I chant 16 rounds every day. I attend Bhagavatam class every day. I am very sincere. So what is the meaning of sincerity? Giving 100% for Krishna. It's nothing external. We have to be 100% Krishna conscious. Then that is the definition of sincerity. It's not a lip service, I am sincere. Sincerity means 100% for Krishna. Very difficult. Right? Once Prabhupada was giving a lecture, and devotees giving a very high, gorgeous Vyasasana, thinking that Prabhupada will be very merciful. But he was very, very heavy on that day while giving lecture. He said, in order to come back to Godhead, you have to become 100% Krishna conscious. As soon as 100% was pronounced, devotees become very discouraged. Prabhupada understood that. By seeing the faces of the devotees, Prabhupada understood that his lecture is creating some different impact. Devotees are very discouraged. How it is possible to become 100% Krishna conscious? Then Prabhupada said, okay, 90%. Still devotees are not enthusiastic. 90% is also very high. Then Prabhupada said 80%. Still devotees are not so happy. Then Prabhupada was coming down from his Vyasasana and told 70%, not less than that. Then said, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Now we have achieved 70%. If you try for 70%, it will come at 40%. We have to try for 100%, but if there is some deficiency, spiritual master will take care of that. We should not be non-sincere. Sincerity means trying to give 100% for Krishna. Mother Jasoda was trying to bind Krishna, right? And the process began early in the morning. She is the queen. She is not a temple devotee. No need to put on the attendance register of Mangalarti. But she got up during Mangalarti. Right? Why? Out of spontaneous love for Krishna. For us, it's an austerity, getting up, Mangalarti. And if you put an alarm, why alarm rings so quickly? So you feel very discouraged. That is called sadhana bhakti. Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. But Mother Jasoda is a prema bhakta. She is doing out of love. Activities can be performed according to our modes. Motivation. If we are in the mode of ignorance, motivation is fear. Out of fear we do. We come to Mangalati, why? If I don't go, attendance will not be there. I will be called by the temple authorities, temple commander, counselor. Why you are not attending Mangalarti? Out of fear. Let's go, run towards Mangalarti. Many devotees run like that. Even they don't put on tilak. Running, running. Why? Fear. Fear is the motivation. Then passion, expectation. Expectation. Why Mangalarti? If I go every day, people will say, what a glorious devotee is. He is attending every day Mangalarti. Pakka devotee. But what is the motivation? Name, fame, glory. Very difficult. They come to Mangalarti, they don't see the Lord, they see who is not coming for Mangalarti. Many people do like that. So they are in Mangalarti, but they are not in Mangalarti. Why? They are in mode of passion. What is the motivation? What I will get from this bhakti. That is mode of passion. Then goodness, out of duty. I am a temple devotee. I am a Vaishnava. I am a brahmachari. I have given a vow to the spiritual master. I will attend Mangalarti. So let's go to Mangalarti. Out of duty. That is the motivation. But when someone comes to the spiritual platform, pure goodness, he attends Mangalarti out of love. Love is the motivation. I want to see the Lord. I want to see the Lord. Hankering. That is the symptom of love. So Mother Jasoda is serving on that platform. But she wanted to bind Krishna. Process began during Mangalarti time, early morning. But she was successful to bind Krishna at the time of sunset. Whole day she was busy. So by this example, I say Krishna consciousness is a full-time engagement. It's not 1 hour, 2 hours. Oh, I have done enough service. Today I did cooking for the Lord. Very good. But that's not enough. That is very good. But in order to attract the mercy of the Lord, we have to give 100%. So Mother Jasoda gave 100%. And when Krishna saw Mother Jasoda gave 100%, then he agreed to be bound. Because Mother Jasoda cannot bind Krishna. When Krishna agrees to be bound, then Krishna can be bound. So when Krishna agrees to be bound? When there is love. And what is the symptom of love? 100% for the beloved. That is the symptom of love. So here it is said, only by the mercy of the Lord and Guru we receive the seed of pure devotional service. ব্রহ্মাণ্ড ভ্রমিতে কোন ভাগ্যবান জীব গুরু কৃষ্ণ প্রসাদে পায় ভক্তি লতা বীজ. Only by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, the fortunate soul. There is no cause. Oh, I have done this, I have done that, because of that I got this seed of devotional service. No. It is only by the causeless mercy of the devotees we receive this seed. Seed of pure devotional service. Bhakti Lata Bij. What is Bhakti Lata Bij? It's a very wonderful explanation by Mahaprabhu to Rupa Goswami, right? So what is that seed? Prabhupada explains, when we receive initiation from a bona fide spiritual master gives a process of devotional service, process of sadhana bhakti. That process is a seed. So Diksha is a beginning. Just like receiving the seed is a beginning of the journey of a farmer or a gardener, right? Some may not say, oh, I have got the seed, achieved the purpose of my life. So Diksha is not the end, but many people think like that. Many people think I have attained perfection. Why? I have got initiation, and people say, I have received initiation from a bona fide spiritual master. I'll definitely go back home back to Godhead. Why? I am initiated. So I tell a story. I don't know whether I spoke here or not. So one person was traveling in a train, and next to him was a sannyasi. Sannyasi saw he's a very good devotee, looks like. He asked a question that you do Mangalarati at your home, you do puja to your Lord at the home. He said, I am initiated. Then he asked, do you chant the holy name of the Lord? He said, I am initiated. He said, do you study Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam? He said, I am initiated. Then the Maharaj, the sannyasi started thinking, something is wrong, looks like. He said, are you able to understand my question? He said, perfectly. Perfect question, perfect answer. But I am asking one question and you are giving the same answer. For all the questions, same answer. I am initiated. What does that mean? He said, Maharaj, I have to be honest with you. Why I should do all these things? If I have to chant the holy name, if I have to read Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, if I have to attend Mangalarati, do puja, then why I got initiation? Who will do that? My Guru will do that. My duty was done. I took initiation. So my duty is over. Now let's Guru do the duty. People think like that. That I am initiated now, Guru will take us home back to Godhead. I heard from devotees also. This is totally wrong concept. Guru shows the path. My Guru Maharaj used to give an example. Just like we are flying like birds, and there's a lead bird who shows the path and also teaches the other birds how to fly. But that bird will not fly for you. You have to fly. That's why Diksha means we have to accept the process of sadhana bhakti. Seed. Then seed has to be planted, right? Sowing the seed, planting the seed. Where you should do that? Not here. It's a beautiful floor though. We cannot plant a seed here. We have to plant in a soil. Soil. And that soil should be fertile soil. So for us, which is the field? The heart. And how we understand that this is fertile? Heart should be soft. Soft heart is compared to fertile soil. But in Kali Yuga, our heart is hard. Today in the morning, we are hearing, Prabhupada gives the comparison, heart is like steel, not stone. Because in Kali Yuga, everything is steel product, special brand. Because acharyas are explaining, chanting of the holy name is so powerful, it can melt the stone also. পাষাণ হলে গলে যেত, হৃদয় পাষাণ গলল না রে. Our acharyas are singing, if our heart is made of stone, it have been melted. But our heart is not melted. Means it's more powerful. That stone, still product, very difficult to melt. So how heart becomes hard? Pride, ego. Ego makes our heart very hard. And we are very egoistic in this age of Kali. Very, very egoistic. Although we don't have anything to be proud of, but still we become very, very proud. And because of that, our heart is very hard. And how our heart will become soft? When we become humble. Humility leads to softness. Pride leads to hardness. That's why Mahaprabhu is teaching us that in order to start our journey, we have to be humble. Otherwise, if the soil is not fertile, then whole thing is spoiled. Right? Wrong. Nothing is going to work. So you have to plant the seed properly. Okay, now planting is done in a good soil. Now what is the next step of the gardener? Water. Watering the seed. And watering the seed should happen regularly. Two words, regularly and constantly. Two words. For sadhaka, it should be regularly. For siddha, it should be constantly. Constantly means 24 hours a day. That is the meaning of constantly. A siddha who has attained love of Godhead, he renders devotional service to the Lord 24 hours a day. That is siddha. Sadhaka, regularly. So what is regularly? Daily. Daily. Now daily for how long? 10 minutes. He said, I am regular. I chant one round every day without fail. Regular. He should be congratulated for one round because he is doing it regularly. But regularly also includes the time frame. Some minimum time should be allotted. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains we should spend 8 hours for the soul in a day. 8 hours for the duty, 8 hours for the body. Then our time is properly allotted, balance. Time management. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is a time management guru. Expert. 8 hours each. But very difficult. Because if you work in a software company, 14 hours, 15 hours, right? 12 hours. Balancing is very, very difficult because we are too much into work. We have to spend tangible amount of time for our soul. So minimum 3 hours. How? When Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri, he used to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Gadadhar Pandit, minimum 3 hours. Raghunath Das Goswami used to talk about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at the bank of Radhakund every day, minimum 3 hours. Srila Prabhupada used to chant the holy name under the tree in Thompson Square Park, New York City, America, for minimum 3 hours. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to dance in Harinam Sankirtan, minimum 3 hours. So 3 hours is a magic figure. That's why Prabhupada also has given us 3 hours figure. 2 hours for chanting of the holy name and 1 hour for hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. That is minimum. We have to spend minimum number of hours, at least 3 hours for the soul. That is called watering. Watering means Sravana Kirtana Jale Karaha Sinchan. Watering means hearing and chanting. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dashyam Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. Shravan Kirtan is very, very important. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhya Kubunai Shravanadi Suddha Chitte Karaha Uday. Awakening of love of God is done through the process of hearing. We cannot see the Lord through our eyes as a sadhaka. The Siddhas can see the Lord with their eyes, but sadhaka should see the Lord through ears. Sravanam. Rukmini Devi developed love of Godhead by hearing. She never saw Krishna, but she developed love of Godhead and wanted Krishna to be her husband. What was the process? Hearing from the saintly people. That is the process. So you have to regularly hear and chant from bona fide sources, from realized souls. Then what will happen? The seed will fructify into creeper. And creeper will grow, grow, grow. Then pierce the covering of the material world. Then go through the Brahma Jyoti. Then go to Vaikuntha. Then go to Goloka Vrindavan and take shelter of the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. And from that creeper, fruit. Fruit is grown. What is that fruit? Fruit of love of Godhead. It is known as Prema Phal. Love of Godhead. Fruit of love of Godhead. How many of you have that fruit? Not there? So that is the perfection of our life, to get that fruit. Then no attraction for any other fruit in this material world. So that is the process. Process is very simple. But we have some problem in that simple process. And Mahaprabhu explains that. Two problems in that process. Number one, when time is up. When someone is watering the seed and the creeper is grown, then in that garden animals can enter and spoil the whole garden. So who enters into that garden? Mahaprabhu gives the example of a special animal, mad elephant. If mad elephant enters into the garden, what will happen to the garden? Finished. Everything will be spoiled. And what is that mad elephant? Offending the Vaishnavas. Vaishnava aparad is like mad elephant. Spoils everything. So how to protect? We have to have strong fence. If you have strong fence, then animals cannot enter. And what is the strong fence? Sadhu Sangha. What kind of Sadhu Sangha? Prabhupada is writing Uttamadikari Vaishnava Sangha. That is a real fence. It's not that, oh, I am doing Sadhu Sangha. I am always with the devotees. But what kind of devotees? If you want to have strong fence, you should associate with highly elevated devotees, Uttamadikari. That is the real fence of our garden. Then nothing can be allowed to enter. Okay, that is the first step. We should have strong association and we should not offend the Vaishnavas. Then our creeper is protected. But along with the creeper, some weeds also grow. And weeds look like devotional creeper only. Weeds look like creeper. And sometimes we think this is bhakti. I am growing in bhakti because so much bhakti I have now. But these are not bhakti, these are weeds. So expert gardener understand what is the creeper and what is weeds. We have to be very, very careful. And Mahaprabhu categorically explains 6 kinds of weeds. Nisiddhachar, Kutinati, Jivahingshan, Lap Puja, Pratishtha, Jato, Uposakhagan. Mahaprabhu is telling 6 varieties. Anarthas means 6, right? 6 varieties. Nisiddhachar, sinful activities, no time. Nisiddhachar is sinful activities. Kutinati means politics. Jivahingshan means envy. Lab means expecting profit in exchange of devotional service. Puja, expecting worship. How wonderful you are. You are a great devotee. You are a pure devotee. Falling from spiritual world looks like. And in the mind I am telling you, tell more, tell more. You have realized. You are realized soul now. We love that glorification. So that is called puja. Then position. What position I'll get? From manager to GVC. Thinking that is the sign of devotional progress. But this is pratishtha. So therefore, we have to be very, very careful. Identify the weeds and segregate those weeds from the real creeper and take out those weeds and throw far, far away from the garden. Because weeds are very powerful. Wherever it falls, again, it will grow. So it should be very, very far, far, far away. We should be far, far away from anarthas. And we should be very, very careful about dealing with the devotees. Then we can very wonderfully enjoy our spiritual journey and get the result of our spiritual journey, love of God. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So we'll continue our discussion tomorrow. What happens with Jagannath and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay? Any question, comment? If you have any. Yes. Somebody can coordinate the mic.
Pranams Maharaj.
Sound is.
Pranams Maharaj. When we give our 100% to Krishna, how do we know that we are giving our best, like 100% it is?
What is the question? Yeah. We have to be expert in mathematics. How to know it is 100%? Yes, very good question, right? How to measure it? Once Prabhupada told that we should keep our stomach 50% filled with solid food, 25% with water, and 25% with air. One devotee told Maharaj how to measure the stomach. So again she's asking how to measure 100%. 100% measurement depends on in your endeavor. Just like Lord Ram was very happy with the service of Hanuman and also very happy with the squirrel. Why? They are putting their 100% effort. You have to give your 100% effort for Krishna's service. It should not be half-hearted effort. That is a symptom of sincerity. That is called 100% effort. Clear? It is not a mathematics. It's the mood.
Can I ask one more question? You said we have to be very respectful to the Lord and not casual. So, what does it mean to be very respectful?
Respectful means we have to know who is the Lord. He is the master of the universe. When you go to a respectable person in the society, for example, now you want to go and meet the Prime Minister of India or President of United States or Queen of England, Chief Minister of your state. How you do that? We are very, very conscious and respectful. What is his position? That's why when we are dealing with the Supreme Lord as a sadhaka, we have to understand he is the Supreme Lord, he is the master of the whole universe, master of the whole creation. And I am insignificant soul. 1/10,000 part of the tip of the hair. I am very, very insignificant. But I am given the opportunity to serve that Supreme Lord. So I am so fortunate. So you should not take it granted. Oh, chalega. Casual approach. Casual approach leads to offenses, especially in relationship with the deities. That's why 64 points have been given by Rupa Goswami in Nectar of Devotion. We commit 64 types of offenses, seva aparadha, right? 64. So you should read it out, we forget also. But the mood is that when we become respectful, then we don't commit offenses. If we become casual, we commit offenses. Mahaprabhu is telling that you are non-different, you are Sakshat Bhagavan. Deities are Archa Avatar. They are not stone, they are not wood, they are not metals. They are Sakshat Bhagavan. When you have that kind of consciousness, then things become favorable in our devotional service. Okay?
And the same applies with the holy name also.
Huh?
We take it very casually, holy name. So,
Because we are casual by nature, we take everything casually. Why not holy name? We are very casual in approach with everybody. That's why we are not trained properly. Our mind is not trained properly because we are not trained in Gurukula. We are very, very casual. Education teaches all these things. 20 years of training is given in Vedic system of education, all these things. But nowadays that training is completely missing. Student life means learning all this, not only learning some information. That is also needed. But the real thing is learning this character. Education means character building. Character means accepting our low position and recognizing others' great position. That is called character. Respectful. We don't give respect to parents, right? Casual. Teachers, casual. So you don't have that kind of training. In early days, the children, when they get up from their bed, they offer obeisances to the parents. I think it's totally off nowadays. I have seen I used to do that also. My brothers used to do that also. And when we are coming by cycle, if the teacher is coming, we get down. It's a normal practice. But nowadays, who cares? You are teacher in the classroom. Okay, goodbye. We are very casual. That's the problem. And that with that mood, we become devotees. Then we become casual to the Lord. We come to the holy name. We become very, very casual. Okay,
Is there any hope we can cultivate it again?
hope.
Yes.
Hope is there? Yes. Who is the hope? The hope is standing there, not in the middle. Hope is this side. Okay. Mahaprabhu is telling, Ama bhaje Bishoy mange. He's telling that he is worshipping me. Who is telling? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is worshipping me, but in that worship, he is expecting some material benefit. He's a number one fool. But I am not fool, Mahaprabhu is telling. আমি তো বিজ্ঞ, I am intelligent. I will not give him material benediction. I will make him forget material things by my causeless mercy. So whatever we are, if we take shelter of Gaurnitai, hope is there. Gaurnitai is the only hope in this age of Kali. Okay? So take shelter of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Even if Gauranga Mahaprabhu rejects, take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu. He never rejects. Rejection does not exist in the dictionary of Nityananda Prabhu. So take shelter of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. There is a big hope. That's why he came. Okay? Hope is there. Hare Krishna. Any other question? You are not asking question nowadays. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Jagannath Swami ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hare Hare Bol. Huh?